Yes, everybody, Russ the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well. Hope there's plenty of happy hammers there tonight or today or this morning, this afternoon, whatever time you're watching it. Winning 3-1 against our North London rivals always helps. Little extra skipping the step, despite it being absolutely teaming it down this morning. I woke up with a smile on my face, which was nice for a change. Hope you're safe and well. We've got loads of stuff coming up. We've got Hammers headlines coming up tonight. We talk about a couple of transfer rumours. We also talk about whether there could be a silver lining to our site, to the draw against Liverpool, the inevitable top 6 away draw, which always happens in the next round of the Carabao Cup. And then we start tomorrow onwards in terms of our coverage for the Brentford game on Saturday. It's our attention quickly turns to it, and then obviously our attention quickly turns to the fact that we've got Olympiacos on the Thursday, and it's just relentless. It's going to be relentless until the end of the season, really. I think with the Carabao Cup draw, the quarterfinals, it's for both us and Liverpool. It's 4 games in 9 days. So there's a lot to talk about. Let's go through. And also, at the end of today, just so you guys are aware, we'll be doing our members monthly draw. There's a signed football from last year's Europa Conference League winning side. That'll be up for grabs, as well as what we got here. Let's have a look. What should we give away today? Let's give away a... Yeah, we'll keep that. Ray Stewart, a Ray Stewart signed West Ham retro notebook. That's going to be up for grabs for one of our lucky members as well. And also, it's a bumper. We're calling it the Drainhole Hammers monthly draw this week, because Drainhole Hammers yesterday gifted 20 West Ham Network viewers memberships, which was incredible. He was obviously very happy by the fact we'd won. So we're also going to give away today... let's give away this. Julian Dix signed autographed photo. Nice one. So we'll do the football. So there's 3 prizes today for our members. So basically, members, it's a couple of quid a month, but you get a bit more content, even more content from us. Yes, indeed. And also, you will be entered into these draws every month. So it's like a thank you. So we'll be doing that at the end. So you've got a chance to still enter if you want to become a member. There's a link down there, join button, and feel free to join. If not, no problem. Maltese Hammers, good afternoon to you. If we're doing players ratings today, can we do real scores? No. I'm very rare. I think once I've given a player 10 out of 10. Probably back to the usual shit on Saturday. Well, Mike, enjoy it while we can. This to me, the last sort of 4 days have epitomised what being a West Ham fan is all about. The Everton game was absolutely dire and absolutely crap, and then yesterday, what the fuck happened? Seriously, what the fuck happened yesterday? It was mental. Jan, good afternoon to you, Mikey. We back as Paquette. We pack both bad indeed. Does last night's team mean we'll be an impact sub now, which is what we will be thinking best, as can't last 60 anymore at his age? I don't think so. I thought we'll do the play ratings. We'll go for all the players. I thought Bowen was exceptional yesterday, and that's the first time I've seen him play in that forward role that I thought, do you know what, he could do it. Until then, I always thought he was a bit lightweight maybe, and his skills were best used for the other side, for the right hand side. But yesterday, I thought, you know what, in the right circumstances, he'd be bloody good. Looking forward to this one. Hopefully, that's a permanent turnaround attitude. Let's hope. Tekker's 41, who clapped all the calls. Do you know what? I think he played it very well. So as he came out for his warm up, he started clapping straight away. So if someone's angry at you and you go, and it's like if you're trying to calm someone or you're having an argument with someone, you don't rant and rave. You talk very calmly. And if they're ranting and raving, they look like the C word. So it's almost like he came out and go, so how can you be so he's clapping you? He's like, I don't think it was intentional, but I thought he handled it quite well. And at the end, obviously clapping all 4 corners, waving, hacking his time to say goodbye. I thought he was very classy. I thought it was very classy. And there were people who were booing it, but I think a lot of it for me was pantomime. They got the clap. 90% of the people who responded were clapping. Some people didn't respond at all. Some people booed. But I thought the majority of booing was a boo, in the same way that, I don't know, if John Terry turned up at, no, that's not a good example. I can't think of a good example, but someone who's moved from one club to another. But that's basically what it is. A bit of boo, who are you, that type of thing. Moyes still needs to go to his Maltese Hammers. We'll see what happens Saturday to find out. Moyes has set the light eventually. Good evening, Budgie. Hope you're well. Couldn't make the game. It's a shame you missed it. Sully should tell Moyes every week, win or you're gone. Indeed. Please wear your lucky shirts. I think that's what I've got to do now. I think I've literally got to turn up in a shirt every week now, which I'm not looking forward to. Was so close last month. It was. You were very close. Best performance I've seen for West Ham last season. Committed and pressing Arsenal. Didn't know how to deal with them. You're totally right. We did exactly what we should have done. We should have properly, we are high press, a very high press. You're totally right. Well, Macy, we did not every week, not every month, but I thought it deserved an extra bit. Because, as I said, we got 20 new members yesterday, thanks to Jared Hammers. Called a 3-1 loss, so happy. I was wrong. Really enjoyed being wrong. Totally agree, Ralph. I think it's a very, very nice way of thinking about it, to be honest. Is that a West Ham shirt you're wearing? It is one of Kaz's shirts. Old school. So check out Kaz Pennant. It's good. They're nice. They're nice. It's got 3 or 4 really nice. It's got a little one, which I'll probably wear tomorrow with like a peace sign, but it's like West Ham colours there. It's really good. Watch Claret Booze. Their afterthoughts. Never seen Nick so happy. Looked like Father Christmas had visited him, indeed. Drain Hole was in a very giving mood. You're totally right. Bowen, a true fighter with blood pouring out. I love the fact that Bowen got his stitches done, like lying down on the grass. He was like there between the two managers. I was like, fair play, mate. Who do you think will be a replacement for Alvarez or Paquette? We'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll do the starting 11 and all that type of stuff tomorrow. I wasn't sure if we were going to play like that, but WTF? I like the performance. Damn. Did you see Rice? No, I didn't actually. Morning Iron Ore. We really need to check out Moyes' pro. It's not on West Ham official. I need Caduce. I would imagine they are too embarrassed. Fluid. Quick performance front three. Very good. Long-term Mav and again, long put. I totally agree, Ken. I totally agree. Tony got booed when he came back first. Exactly. That's what I meant. Someone who done that, indeed. That front three, every game, suspension, injuries permitting, as it would cause things problems. Could do actually. Sorry for Rice. It must have been hard for him, as it for us. But oh my god, I was so happy that he got hammered. Despite the result, love being back at the stadium, seeing so many familiar faces. You're free forever grateful to you all. I think that was classy. I think it's quite a classy way of doing it. Do you know what I mean? He, as soon as he turned up, I saw him walk in. Everyone came over and would shake his hand, give him a cuddle. And why not? You know what I mean? It's someone moving from one company to another. That's the way I see it. And say if I was walking down the road and I saw someone from who'd left my company go to another one, I'd want to shake their hand and say, hello, how you doing? How's things? That type of thing. The back two of again, Dinos looks so much better, but who will get the armband if Zuma is benched? Well, Zuma had a knock for as a result of the game from Everton, so that's why he wasn't playing, but he was never going to play anyway. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. I think Zuma goes back in. But you're right, Mavropanos is they looked as a two very dynamic. I was very impressed. Very impressed. Anyway, as we do the day after the night before, we do the player ratings, and probably a bit more exciting than usual, or a bit more just meaningful potentially. So as always, I'll give you my views, you give me your views, you give me your scores in the chat. No points or half points here. No, it's gonna be a full number. Don't piss me off just yet. I'm in a good mood. So Lucas Fabianski, skipper Lucas Fabianski yesterday against his old club. A couple of old boys playing each other on both sides. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I mean, he'd probably be disappointed with the goal, which he sort of left a little bit. Literally last kick of the game, so it'd be nice to have kept a clean sheet for Lucas. But I thought he played well, and I thought maybe with. Someone mentioned I think it was in the chat, that maybe I think it was a chat with in terms of the highlight show afterwards. Maybe I mean, Aged was not back to his old self, but was a lot more confident. Maybe Fabianski behind him gives him more confidence than Areola. It's just not criticism of Areola at all. I think he's been unlucky, and we didn't keep a clean sheet today, yesterday rather. But you never know. A couple of smart saves. Came forward quite well on corners, like commanded his box quite well, I thought, particularly after the break. Particularly as West Ham looked a bit more vulnerable, I think, at the break because Arsenal were pushing forward and bringing more people on. But I thought he did all right. I thought he did okay. Let's see what people say in the comments. 7, big save. Yeah, good save. Could have done better for the goal. Yeah, possibly. 6, not really much to do. 7, gets an 8. Kai Havertz like a kid who keeps on getting picked by his dad because his dad's manager, baffling the money he gets signed for. Indeed, 6, solid 7 from MOTR. Hi, Steve. Hope you're well. Kent's given an 8. Nothing wrong. Communication shouting so much better at that than Areola. I think he is. And I've always said, I think personally, I always think that he commands his box better than Areola. But that's just my personal preference. 7, shame no clean sheet. 6, not too much to do. 7, didn't too much. 7, been safe from outside areas, better shop stopper, doesn't command his box. I'm same as you. Bit slow distribution, yeah. That's what you get. So it's very much yin and yang with them. If you could combine the best bits, you'd have probably one of the best goalkeepers in the league. But we don't. We've got a goalkeeper who's, I think, Fabianski is wily. He commands his box. He communicates well. You've got Areola, who's he's a better shot stopper, I think. I think Fabianski's a better penalty stopper. I think Areola is a better shot stopper. And also he's probably he's better at his distribution. So you've got these sort of two different ones. Could it be Zuma frees up? Maybe. All the team minimum, it's 7. That's a bit boring. It's 7. Maltese gives a 7. Russie B, I can't remember what I gave him because I did it late last night. I gave him a 7. There we go. 7. Right, let's talk about Vladimir Sufal. I was surprised he started, to be honest. Same client, same agency. Sorry, let me just do same agency to clients. Anyway, so I was surprised he started, to be honest. I thought he would have been rested. I thought Tilakira would have came in, but he started, and I thought he was brilliant. I thought it was a really good game. I know it's boring, but I'm not saying it's boring because actually I do give most of the 7, but I'm just joking. Don't worry. I thought he played really well. I thought he was getting forward enough. I thought they weren't getting much joy on the right hand side or their left hand side. They so much so, and we were getting a lot of joy on our right hand side. So much so they brought on Tommy Assey to try and tighten up that right hand side because Kudus was having an absolute field day. Up and down. Created Bowen's third goal and overlapped well. Back to normal. It's like Vlad of the old, so to speak. Vlad the Gladiator 7, 8 was the same player that was. I know exactly. 7 defensively good, but he's so clunky on the ball and looks uncomfortable. I know what you mean, but look, he got another assist. He's got 3 or 4 assists already this season. Virgin 8 just seems to get good chemistry with Kudus as Bowen. But I think, I totally agree. They were linking up really nicely because obviously you think Bowen would have because they've been playing together for several years now. But 8-7, strong 7 from Vlad from Ken. 8-7. First half, second half was okay. Second half much better. 7, 7-8. Russie B gave Vlad the Impaler a 7. I think you see where most of these scores are going to come from today. Let's talk about Mavropanos, Konstantinos Mavropanos. Best game in the West Ham shirt so far. Granted, he hasn't had many, but I thought his pace, we know Aged's quick, but there was a foot race he did with Eddie Nketiah in the second half, and Eddie had to turn on him, and he outpaced Eddie Nketiah. I thought it was brilliant. I thought he was really good, really good. Nice, confident, very, and I think him and Aged as a two, I really like. I think they've got some real dynamism. Aged and Zuma work well as a little yin and yang. Yeah, Zuma's very much a blocker, like a lump. I mean, this guy's a lump, but he can move. He can move and he can play as well. And I think, we've seen some of the goals he scored at Stuttgart in terms of just absolute bangers. I think you've got a really good player in your hands here. Really good player in your hands. Is this just kicking the can down the road with Moyes? What, Keith? What, Keith? I don't understand that, mate. 8, 9, 8. I love his run all the way up the pitch. Very strong. 8 looks like a tank. Takes no BS. 8, 8, 8 could be the answer. 8, 8, 8. We can all see that Bowen could use Paqueta link up front work so much better than Antonio. We all know that. We all know that Hammers. We've all said, and for me, I'm really not a fan of Antonio. And I just think we've got better options. And he's one of them. Mav 8 wasn't limping unlike who. 1 win, 2 losses, 1 win, 3 losses. That it does seem at the moment, Keith. I know what you mean. I understand what you mean. But as a West Ham fan, we've got to take the light with the shade, don't we? Some fans will always see it half glass full, half glass empty. Sounds like you're a half glass empty type of guy, Keith, and I totally respect that. For me, I enjoy the highs when we get them because I know we're going to get the lows, and that's just supporting a West Ham fan. It's been no different for the last 40 years for me, is it? Really, in all honesty. But I appreciate you joining us. I have actually gone with a 7 and 8. I've gone with a 7. A 7, maybe a little bit harsh, but anyway. Let's talk about Naif. For me, and I said it's on the what's it called on the highlights show. He had a bit of a swagger about him again. There was a couple of times he turned the fullback, he turned the striker, and Nketiah a couple of times. Obviously, you've got the assist for Kudus, which is an absolute belter of a pass. And I just thought he was, he blocked. It was a good block he did off it. I think it was Nketiah. He put him off having a decent shot. I thought he was. I mean, not. He seemed to be getting back to some sort of level that we know he can play at, and it might be a case of Mavropanos is next to him. It might be a case of Emerson, was back to him. Maybe it's a case of Fabianski being in goal. Maybe it's a case of all three making an impact. So I thought he had a really good game, like a real stormer. What we got here, let's get some scores on the doors. Keith, nothing changes nothing for me. Moyes will be about the type, probably will do. Interesting to see who we're playing Saturday. Indeed, 8.5, no half points this game. Hammers way 8. The most composed player on the pitch. 8, really good play, gets an assist, best performance of the season. 8, Rolls Royce. 8, nearly 9. 8. The assist was beautiful. Looked like the player we wanted last season. Distribution was good. I normally like you, Keith, but I will probably resume being like you if we lose to Brentford with Antonio. We know Antonio's going to start on Saturday, don't we? Know. But they cross alone 8. 8 Hammers way, no half points. I am already. Audi knows it. He's just winding me up. Good evening, Gatesy. Hope you're well. Afternoon. 7. 8. Who was captain? Fabianski was captain last night. So 7s and 8s. 7 8s. I actually gave him a 7 as well. Actually, no, I'll give him an 8. I'll change. I'll crumble under peer pressure. 8 for Naif. Let's talk about Emerson back in the side. And God, have we missed him? God, have we missed him? Particularly at Everton game, it was so one-sided in terms of anything we wanted to do. In terms of overlapping, he came in with a mission. He was a man on a mission yesterday to get back into, not even to get back in the side because he's on number 1 left back at the moment, but just to reassert himself in that position. He was brilliant. I love the fact he plays as a striker more than he does as a left back. And he just gives you that extra attacking threat, which we don't have. And when him, Paqueta and Ben Rama, when they're on the same pitch, it's they go on to another level. Like, the three of them love playing each other. I think they were absolutely brilliant. In between 8 and 8.25, unbelievable. 8's one of the best players so far. 8, so I don't think he's improved. I think he's basically always been that good. Last season he was brilliant as well. 7, 8, pivotal for us. 8, 8, just side of 9 from Ralph. He's in a good mood today. So good on the ball, one of the best dribbling fullbacks in the league. 8, Emerson. If we had right wing back, perfect. Yeah, we know it'd be perfect, Ken. Has Emerson ever played better than this in his life? I don't know. We were that good, or Arteta's weak, that underwhelming. Next game will show more clarity. Bit of both. I think, Audi. I think Arteta was trying to get away with playing a scratchish side. Granted, there were about 3 or 4 players who would make the first team, but most of their play, a lot of the players would play. Make their defense pretty much. And by the time he put on his Sakas and Odegaards and Martinellis and people like that, just too late. And I think we played very good. So I think it's a combination of both, to be honest. 9, 8, 7, 8. Russie B went for an 8. Oh, 7. 7. I went for a 7. Why did I go for 7? Anyway, we'll say 7. That would do. Just to break up a little bit. Let's talk about Tommy Soucek. Perhaps fortunate, maybe, to get away on the tug of say that in the right context, to tugging off Ramsdale for the opener, but obviously no VAR, so it looked like rather than being, it looked like a canny move, because obviously VAR won't pick that up. I think VAR comes into effect from the quarterfinals, I believe, so he might be able to get away for that for the Liverpool game, but still, again, I thought he had a solid game. He was again unshowing. He wasn't, he wasn't front and center, but he wasn't making. It wasn't like Tommy, you made a mistake. He was sort of like in the game, and that's the game he should play. He should be the guy who just being annoying and breaking up play and just adding some stability to the midfield, and he did. I thought he did. I thought he played all right. Arteta showed us disrespect and got beat him. Sod him, indeed. Did David Blunkett give Ben White his hairstyle? Quite possibly. 7 for Tatty. 7. 6 did all right. 7. 7. He was everywhere. Great little shirt tug as well. 7. 7. 7. We're calling for Arteta out. Unbelievable. Big Tom. 7. Simple things done well. 7. Did much of his football without the football. Exactly. And that's the role he plays. That's the role he's always meant to have played. 8, 7. I wonder if Alan Smith has stopped crying. 7. So it looks like 8, mainly 7s. And Russie B is actually confirmed, because I've gone with a 7. Very good. Very good. Let's talk about Edson Alvarez. Obviously, I was 99.9% sure he was going to start today or yesterday, because obviously suspended for the Brentford game, which is a massive loss. Same as Lucas Paqueta. Some great, he's raking past and the corner from which we scored the opener. And this was more like, he's had a couple of not like, he had a little bit of a dip in form, same as JWP, in the last couple of games. But this was back to what we want with Alvarez. Just being there, just breaking things up. People say he shouldn't come forward. Someone put some stats on. When he was in the Eredivisie, he was like in the top 5 for progressive passes and bringing the ball forward. So doing that a little bit's fine, but I love him just in there, just blocking. Love the fact he tried to leave a bit on Declan Rice, just to say, there's a new one here. Not saying he's at the level of Declan Rice, but he's a different type of player. He reminds me of Dec when Dec was a CDM, and he does a very good job. And he's a nasty bastard, but he's our nasty bastard, so I love him. 8. Everyone on the pitch was funny when he booted Rice. Indeed, 7. Mexican rice just tastes better. Yes, Toby. Mexican rice. 8. 9. CBS man of the match. 8. Gets stuck in deck 2. A good game. 8. Did anyone notice how much he linked up with Mo? Indeed. Brilliant player. Holds line back. Midfielder. He's the glue. I like Alvarez, but he does a few too many 360s, and then you get caught out. I know what you mean. 8, nasty piece of work. I love it. Sky was disrespectful. I said no post-match analysis. 3 channels for Man United, indeed. Very much in favour of having midfielders who look like gun runners from Mexican cartel. Can't go wrong. 8. I thought it was great. I thought he had a great game, and back to what we want for Edson. Edson gets an 8 for me. Thought he was superb. And more of that, please, obviously, for the Olympiacos game. I imagine he'll be back in the side because he will not play on Saturday, unfortunately. Which give a bit of interest. I think we might see a slight change in formation for Saturday to accommodate the fact that Alvarez, because he plays well when they do a 4-1-4-1 type setup, really. And when we haven't got him, I think we'll drop back to a 4-2-3-1, I think. But we shall see on Saturday. Obviously, it depends on what Moyes says in his press conference tomorrow in terms of any more injuries or any more knocks and bumps and bruises. Let's talk about Lucas Paqueta. Again, another player who obviously is not playing on Saturday. So, he played the full 90, and I fully expected him to do so, same as Edson. And what I love about Paqueta is when we're winning. When we're winning, I love Lucas Paqueta because he is just box office. He's just box office sometimes. There was a great run and pass he made just after half time, which made the Bones opener. He's wasted on the left hand side. He's much happier at 10. You could see and what I loved was it was the box of tricks, and I'm I don't agree with Nick for much on claret and booze, but I like to be entertained. I do like to be entertained by footballers, and there was the rainbow flick, which you knew when he stood there on that corner flag, and you're thinking, what's he got? He's got something he's going to do, and he rainbow flicked it, and it's like, fucking hell, mate, you know what I mean? And then when there was and Kudus was even trying to do it as well, like doing the little flick ups. There was one part where the ball came in and he just rested it on his chest, and he just stood in his chest like that. I was like, the audacity of the man. But that's what we love. We love that maverick player, and he's got it. He's got it in his locker to be that maverick player, to be that Di Canio, to be that Payet, to be that Joe Cole, to be that player who we all get up on our feet to see play. He makes it. He can make the fans excited. He can make the fans. I always hark back to was it the Lyon game last year when he did that little, like he caught the ball on the back of his foot as he was jumping in the air, and the camera goes to Aaron Cresswell, and he's like, that's what we like as fans. That's what we like. Paqueta back to his best following 2 shit performances. Loved the flick at the end. 9 at the party and everyone was invited. 8. Here's our new JD. Let me know. Jermaine Defoe gets a 10 for that rainbow flick. 8 much better. 9 is class. Does too much too often. He does, and that's why I like it when we're winning, because we can appreciate it a little bit more. Trouble is, he does it whether we're winning, losing, or drawing. So that's what frustrates me sometimes. Is like when the right time to do the tricks and then to entertain. 10, 8, 9, so 9, 8. Paqueta, Poetry in Motion. Got that on my phone. Reference diabolical. It wasn't very good, actually. When the game was won, Paqueta went out of his way to try and humiliate. We need more of this. How many West Ham fans booed Rice? A bit of a pity. Do you know what? Everyone's entitled to their opinions, Pat, as we know more than anyone on these channels. I reckon out of everyone who made a response, 95% clapped Declan Rice. And he clapped back. Well, actually, he clapped first. There was a section of people who booed, and I would say the majority of that section did it ironically in the same way that pantomime villain, not like, oh, you're right. Some players did, some fans probably did, piss off, go away, who are you clapping? But I think some of them were doing it ironically in the same way that like I said, when Tony Cottee left West Ham to go to Everton, he was booed on his first game back, and there's countless other players like that. So I think you'll see. I think it was more of a pantomime villain. He'll get a clap, in the same way that every ex-player will get a clap because they played for West Ham, with the exception of a few. And I don't think he's one of them, to be honest. Absolute joke for player. Uh, uh, sorry. Did I get a thing? Oh, I did. Anyway, doesn't matter. Carry on, button. He was Irons. Packer was amazing. The Neymar touch that he called Russ. Oh, okay. Big up Rice, Julian Dix. I think Rice got a better reception than I expected. I agree. Loved when he's warm up the fans saying should have signed for a big club and that he scored. Indeed. Let's go with what I gave for a score, and I gave him an 8. An 8. Let's talk about Mohamed Kudus. Obviously, yeah, it's fair to say I thought he was really good. There was a glaring, terrible pass across his own box that gave probably us all kittens, to be honest. But Nelson's shot was blocked. But quality throughout. I mean, the goal itself, cracking ball from Maged, great touch, great strike, and an absolute belter of a goal. And what I loved about his contribution yesterday was defensively, also offensive defense, if that makes sense. When their fullback had the ball, he would be 10 yards away and then just sprint up really quickly. Like at 10 yards, sprint is and he puts them straight under pressure. So it's not like Mirandering up to sort of get him. He sprints, and sometimes the defender will be clever and drag the ball back and he'll run past him, and but that's what we were doing all day. Him and Bowen were just pace, just defensively, really like a real high press. I thought they were brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We got Get a 9, 10 for Kudus. The first chance to be given Kudus to take a free kick will be a goal. Mark this somewhere. Do we think we can beat Brentford with Piquet? I think we can, but I think it's going to be a different type of match, unfortunately. 10, 10, man of the match. For Toby, 8, 8, 8, 9. That first touch put Zinchenko in the ground. It did. Good afternoon, Barney, or Rani. One mistake, but the boys' class. 9, man of the match. 9, 9. Defo, your man of the match for Budgie. 8. Good use of different gravy. Not even going to talk about that. We bullied them all, players pressing so much to enjoy. Indeed. That's the way you counteract that sort of team that likes to pass a lot. Just as a reminder, we are going to be doing the members draw in about 5 minutes, just so you guys know. In case you want to become a channel member, in case you've got time to be entered in by hitting the join button. If not, don't worry, you miss out this month. We'll have another one next month. My score, you missed my score, 10 for Kudus. Man of match, 10 and 10. His confidence will be through the roof. Will have to be, so I think he'll be playing number 10 on Saturday, taking over from that Paqueta role. And that's why I think, because Paqueta, if Paqueta and Alvarez were both available for the Brentford game, it'll be a trickier thing. But with Paqueta not being available and Alvarez, I think Kudus moves into the 10 role. I think Bowen drops back to the right side, and I'm sorry to say, I think Antonio starts up front. That's just what I think. Might be totally wrong, but that's the way I see it. What did I give Kudus? I can't remember. I gave Mohamed Kudus a 8. And lastly, but no means least, let's talk about the man who's on. Ben Rama first. We'll talk about Ben Rama. Obviously, getting a start. I didn't think he was going to start. I thought he'd be rested for the Brentford game. So I thought he played quite a major role, I think, in the Brentford game on the left-hand side. But he was taken off with 10 minutes to spare, something like that. There was the phenomenal defending, tracking back, where he ran the full length of the pitch. Him and Reece Nelson, absolute great foot race. And absolutely, he got the tackle in. and minutes later, rolling out the red carpet for the same player. So never changed Benrahma. I absolutely love the man. I thought he played. I thought he played well. He gave an outlet on the left hand side. Maybe we had more of a threat on the right hand side. In terms of Kudus rather than Benrahma, but obviously when Benrahma, Emerson, and Paqueta are all on the same side, that left hand side looks a million times better. What we got here? Got a dash, 8 for Benrahma, 8 for Bowen. Benny finally playing the Moyes way. Great trekking back. 7, 8. Ridiculous unscoring on here. Yeah, but I'd be okay. Well, I'll give it. Mohammed, that's just my opinion, Mr. Mace. Thought he worked hard. 7. Benny was a DRM. What's that, Mr. Dan? Benny gets a 7, 7, 6 team score. I don't know any team scores here, but 9 and Moyes 8. 7, 7. I don't even know what that means. Let me know. Ben made much better balance on left hand side. Defended like a Trojan. 7, 7, 6. Worked hard, but doesn't really contribute much. 7. Rusty B gave Benny a 7. So same as Mr. Mace. So you can't complain about everything. And lastly, by no means least, let's talk about the man who's on fire and Jared Bowen. I mean, obviously, as I said, I watched him last night, and you can see why Moyes wants to play him up front as a striker, because he was exceptional yesterday. He hasn't really done it the other games we played. Was it Freiburg where he was up front? But this game, I thought he was absolutely exceptional. Harried the defence, pressed, was a right annoying sort of presence up front for the likes of Gabriel and Kirior and Ben White, and it was just a constant niggle in the back of their head all the time. Obviously, he got the cut, ended up getting stitched up on the bloody pitch, which I thought was fucking awesome. I loved that. Probably not defensive midfield. Thank you. Probably not very, probably not as hygienic as a Thomas Soucek, who gets them in. When they get stitched up, it's in the medical room, but just on the pitch, I thought, okay, that's awesome. Ramsey did a great save just after the break, wasn't it? In terms of a Bowen shot, and then he got the deflected strike. But he was brilliant. I thought he was a thorn in the side, led the side well, and was absolutely brilliant. Went to the game unreal scenes. It always works hard, but then he treated him last night with his nudge. Well, yeah, because he did them, so he had a hurt eye, didn't he? 9, 9, 9 for Jim. 8, 9, 9 man of the match for MOTR. And here's what you could have won, indeed. 10, like the front three Arsenal didn't know how to mark because they were all changing. I love that. Yeah, I love it. 9, differently, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 of the match. I give him a 1 for Ben White for his hair, Bowen in between 8 and 9, hold up of ball lacking. That was the only thing that sometimes it was a bit frustrating when they're knocking up the ball high for Bowen. He's got the player behind him's got a foot on him. So then he can jump half the height and would still beat Bowen for a header in terms of hold up. So for me, if he's playing up front, we need to play that. And we were most dangerous when we were playing it on the floor. If they're going to lob it up, then someone like Paqueta, lob it to Paqueta to flick on to Bowen, because he did that quite well yesterday, and actually for the Everton game a little bit as well. So Fearless, 9, loves a goal against Arsenal, 4 goals in the last 4 home games against them. Good stat, 9 for me. Russie B gave Jared Bowen, a 9, and he was my man of the match. So, yeah, so it's all good in the hood. As I said, we'll be doing the draw. We got 3 prizes for our members this month. West Ham signed football from the side that won the ECL last year. We've got a signed West Ham retro notebook available on Amazon. Search for West Ham retro notebooks. There's about 10 different designs. Signed by Ray Stewart with his own pen, bless him, because Chris Skull nicked my pen. And a Julian Dick sign print. And also, I've got to send out the Sebastian Schemmel one to what's his face as well. So some nice prizes there. Some nice prizes. So they go to our channel members. Channel members get automatically entered into every month. We do a draw. So let's just remove that. And what we might do, and that's why when you got to watch the watch alongs, because sometimes at half time on a watch along, I'll do another draw to win. I don't know, like we've got, it might be another sign. I've got loads of signed notebooks and stuff. So although the Hammer, the members get every month, they get a draw. Sometimes sporadically we do them for people who watch the game, who watch it anyway, like the watch alongs and stuff like that. So usually at half time when I come on. So if the Brentford game, there probably will be if you want to watch that and have a chance. Ben might look like a prat with that hair. Brilliant. Yeah, Paqueta got man of the match. Apparently so. He always will because he's a fancy damn player, isn't he? Right, let's get this wheel sorted. As I said, this is the honorary, because it's the honorary Drainhole Hammers monthly draw, because 21 people in here are Drainhole Hammers, and the members that he bought memberships for yesterday, which was absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. So they're all in there. So let's give this a good old spin. We're going to do three draws today. So eyes down. Good luck to all the channel members in the chat. And the first one is Duke has won the signed football. I'm gonna have to write this down. I'll just put it in my notes. So Duke, well done, Duke. God bless you. I'll message you so you know that. So Duke's won the signed football, so we'll get that signed out to him. Signed football. The next one is for the Ray Stewart signed notebook. So let's close that and rerun that. We never take people out, so he could win it again. It's I think we've got about 80, 90s things. So let's have a look. So it goes out to, is that Fresh Fielder? Fresh Fielder. Well done. So Fresh Fielder, he wins the Ray Stewart signed book, Ray Stewart signed notebook. Well done. Looks like Bird's had a shit fest in his head. There we go. And on that bombshell. And one more today. I might even throw another one. I'm in a generous mood. Goes to Adam Cook. Adam Cook wins the oh, hang on. I've put my bollocks. That's it. So shit. For some reason I put my phone on and it's been recording everything I've been saying and transcribing it. Right, so Fresh Fielder. So we got Adam Cook. He wins the Julian signed picture. And we've got one more. We'll do one more. Let's do one more. I'm in a generous mood. We've beaten Arsenal. Let's go with what we got here. Let's go with that's fucking good. Well, this is good. This is a good one. So this is another. It's like a compilation. This was a show that. So we've got who we got. We got Alan Taylor, David Crossy. We've got Tony Gale. We've got Alan Devonshire, and we've got Jack Collison. That's great. Let's have a go with that one. Let's see who wins that one. Oh, Drainhole will get a prize. Don't worry, Maltese Hammer. And the winner of that one is, and if it's Duke, he's not going to win again. No, he's not winning again. Sorry, I'm going to give it to someone else, Duke. I love you, but you've just got to sign football, so you're not getting another one. Here we go. Is that Danny Carlisle? So Danny Carlisle wins the signed Hammers Heroes print. That'll do. Well done to all the winners. Better odds than winning that is indeed. Nice one to all the winners. 2-goal Taylor, indeed. So well done. As I said, if anyone wants to become a channel member, isn't a channel member, you get entered into all of the draws as well as also you get entered into loads of extra content and stuff like that. So we had a little video up today, more sort of thought piece type things where we can talk as a group rather than put it out into the wider world. So you get a little bit more Budden, a little bit more Anton, a little bit more Holly as well. But anyway, as I said, keep an eye on the channel. We've got Hammer's headlines coming up a little bit later on. Some really interesting stuff. We've got some really interesting. Well, then we start everything up with the Dave Moyes press conference tomorrow. Then we've got obviously the watch-alongs, maybe another prize or two for the watch-along. Who knows? We like to give our prizes away. Cuddly toy, indeed. Speedboat, anyone who's going to the Tony Khan night next week, tomorrow, I'll be there. So come along and say hello, and all that type of stuff. So take care, stay safe, stay humble, keep the faith, my friends. Come on, you bloody irons, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Much love. Irons.